you leave? You want to leave, and you determine you'll get out. And that's what's happening is these guys go fight for ISIS for a year or two or whatever. They do that, and then they come back to the country of their origin and cause havoc there. And it's the Europeans have got a really big problem because there's thousands of
well, what happens is, in Europe especially, foreigners feel disenfranchised. They don't feel like they're part of the country where they're living. For the most part, they live in ghettos, poor areas. In the United States, American Muslims, make an effort, to live the American lifestyle. Their children are brought up in the West, so they have American values. They can worship openly, live where they like. There are no restrictions placed upon them. So at least when you talk about being an American, for the most part, you'll hear, an Iraqi American say, I'm an American. Not I'm an Iraqi American, I'm an American.
Yeah. Well, they could say they're Iraqi Americans because a lot of people do. A lot of people say they're Italian Americans. That's, everybody, likes to have likes the heritage.
Well, that might be the first generation that comes over, but when you come to the children already, they call themselves American.
Yeah.
Because they are.
Yeah. Oh, you want to hear? I don't know. This is just a little point. It's not funny, but it is pathetic. You heard of those 3 poor Muslim kids that got killed, students?
Yeah.
Where was that? North Carolina, I guess? Yeah, it was in North Carolina, in Chapel Hill. And, they were killed by
husband, wife, and cousin.
Yeah, they were killed by some
idiot.
Some idiot.
Over parking spaces or something.
Well, they're trying to figure out if it was also, motivated by
a hate crime.
A hate crime. But the Palestinian government requested the United States government that they could send some investigators to work alongside because they thought it was a hate crime.
The guy admitted it wasn't a hate crime. He lived in the same development that they did. He was arguing over parking spaces.
Yes. Besides, my point is, the Palestinians, they're...
What right do they have? What right? It would be no different than if the British government wanted to send a barrister, if somebody from Britain was in the United States and he committed a crime, what right do they have to send a barrister over here unless that person is requested by the accused, to make sure that he gets a proper trial?
Come on. All the atrocities that are committed in the West Bank and all the terrorists that are there,
it just popped into my mind. Israeli Prime Minister Bibi Netanyahu is coming in a week or so to address Congress on the invitation of
Congress.
Boehner.
Yep.
Okay, as the Speaker of the House. Now, the Black Caucus has already come out and said that they will not be present when he addresses Congress because it would mean that they are, going against the wishes of the president who, said that the United States doesn't take any side in foreign elections because Netanyahu's coming here to explain his point of view, and I think the Likud party, I think that's his party, point of view as far as the Palestinian issue is concerned and whether or not Israel should be, or Jerusalem should be part of a two-state, solution. I wonder if, the Black Caucus would have done the same thing if the president was white. A Democratic white president as opposed to a Democratic black president.
Probably not.
I don't know.
I don't know. The thing, would they have supported any president? No. If it was a Republican, I'm sure they wouldn't have supported him.
Well,
it had to be a Democrat to start off with.
well, no, I'm saying a Democratic white president. Would they have done the same thing if it was...
I don't know, but I said they definitely would have done it for a Republican president, is what I'm saying.
No, I'm sure they would have. They would have shown. They would be showing up.
But then again, I think it was done wrong.
Well, I'm sure it was done by Boehner and other Republicans to embarrass the president. Okay? I mean, they certainly didn't do it because, they want to hear where Netanyahu stands on certain issues. They know where he stands on certain issues.
Well, but I think but at the same time, I think the president should have just swallowed his pride and welcomed him as a world leader and stopped this hogwash of because the Republicans did it, he's not going to see him. That's what it is. It's just a power struggle.
Yeah, what would he do if it was Prime Minister of Pakistan? We've always had very iffy relations with Pakistan, and they're a Muslim country.
He would have showed up. Look, he's not a staunch supporter of Israel, which is, but the U.S. is traditionally, an ally of Israel,
Well,
and
US,
he is a head of state.
U.S. Israel is our strongest ally in that region because we don't have any others that we can count on.
Because there are no other countries there that are
And
strong.
also, the bottom line is Israel would never ask us for any help because they feel that as small as they are, their Air Force and their Army and their Secret Service are, A1, where they don't need any help from the United States. They can take care of themselves.
Well, their army's rated 4th in the world, or the military. And I assume, I don't know who the other 3 is, the United States probably.
Russia must be in there somewhere.
United States, Russia, and China probably.
Yeah.
I would think. So, they are definitely powerful. And I just don't think the president is handling this right. He should accept him with open arms. Be a diplomat. Act like a diplomat. The other thing is a lot of people are opposing what Netanyahu, how do you pronounce his name? The guy from Israel. My mind.
What?
The Prime Minister of Israel.
Netanyahu.
I just couldn't get it out. Netanyahu. A lot of people are opposed to what he was saying about inviting European Jews. And mostly it's the European Jews that are opposing it.
The only ones who are talking about leaving their homeland are the French. I remember seeing on one of the news programs, the weekend news programs, something like 80% of the French Jews that are left have already applied for visas to emigrate to Israel, mainly to Israel, okay? Because they feel that it's just, which is true, it's not safe. You could say whatever you want. Hollande, President of France, could say whatever he wants about, defending the French Jews, backing them. But we've been hearing about these attacks on synagogues for years already, without anything happening. I think the strongest denunciation of the attacks on French Jews came from a member of the French Parliament, I think a foreign minister. I don't know if his name is Valls, or I'm not sure exactly of his name, but I watched it on YouTube, and he couldn't have been more supportive. Just like the premier of Denmark, when she was talking about the Jews of Denmark and saying that they are an integral part of our country and we will do whatever we can to defend them, and we don't want them to leave.
And they had rabbis being interviewed from Denmark, and they're saying,
they don't want to leave.
We're not leaving. We're Danish.
You have generations of Jews who have lived in these countries, and they don't want to be scared out by a couple of incidents like this. But I will say that the difference is, in France, these things have been going on for years, and this is the first time that you hear any kind of French official say that they'll do whatever they have to support the French Jews. Basically, there never was much love between, just like there's not a hell of a lot of love, really, between the French and the Americans, okay? When France fell and the Vichy government was in control during World War II, they did everything but kiss Hitler's ass. The Germans set up government, they were rounding up French Jews wherever they could find them. I don't think there were too many French who were trying to hide the Jews during World War II. And the bottom line is, the only thing that France likes, really, when it comes to the United States is they like our money. Come over to France and spend American money,
Well, everybody likes that.
That's what I mean.
Everybody likes that.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have a feeling that Felix is going to look for a song to end the show.
Not at all.
See, I would if I were you.
I was just going to say goodnight. Anyway, we're going to go and it's 10 o'clock.
It's the witching hour.
We've been on for an hour now. Well, we'll be on for an hour and a couple of seconds. Appreciate everybody listening. And yes, I'm going to put on one more song.
Anytime, anywhere, I can pray.
No, I'm going to put another. I'm going to put another Sunny song on. Let's see what this one sounds like. It's called "Crying."